guys, were you aware that trailer suspension failures are one of the biggest causes of breakdowns out in the outback? Have you ever been stuck on the side of a track or out the bush somewhere and had a failure with your trailer? Well, if you did or have, you're not alone. What we're going to do today is to dive into the suspension issues we've had with our own trailer and see what the best plan of attack is to sort that out. Welcome back to the channel, guys. On a recent video on the Madigan line, we suffered a suspension failure ourselves. We didn't video much of it at all. One, it was very dark by the time we got to the point of actually doing something about it. And apart from being extremely busy in the little work area we were working, there was the odd temper that was just a little bit frayed. It was dark, it was cold, we were hungry because we were wanting to have something to eat. So we didn't video the whole episode. In fact, we didn't video much of it at all. Heather was just staying out of the way, poor girl. But anyway, we managed to find the root cause of the failure, and the only thing left for us to do, as we were carrying a spare suspension unit, we were able to remove the failed one to put the new one in. But removing the old one, yeah, that was a job and a half. They had the three of us, three fellas, working bloody hard. And thanks very much to the help of Brendan and Dave. I probably couldn't have done this one here on my own. Due to the failure, it made it very, very difficult to change. Thankfully, we had sufficient tools on board, levers and jacks and so on, in order to remove this unit. We did suspect that there was something amiss earlier on when we could see these trailing arms, which would normally be just straight, sitting flat. But unfortunately, it's broken. This is upside down, it's inverted at present. So I noticed that the suspension was starting to sag, and I wasn't quite sure what the issue was. But then when we pulled up for camp on the Madigan line, the truth revealed itself when the tyres were sitting up against the mudguards. Yeah, it's not a good thing to see. So we were fortunate enough, because this is a prototype suspension, we carried a spare. Our broken one now is a spare, which is no good to us. So it had had a catastrophic failure right at the end of the tube here, where the tube has split open. This is all grease and dirt in there at present. The tube has split open, and that was very, very difficult, to say the least. So that managed to get us back on the track, but we were left then without a spare, with a prototype suspension, and we knew we had a lot of rough terrain to cover. So right at present, we're, I won't say stranded, but we're stopped here in Allis Springs. What we are now waiting for is a shipment from Melbourne to come up here with 2 replacement units, heavier duty, and then swap this one here out. We have a long way to go. We're heading out through the western side of the deserts after being through the Madigan line. I know further ahead we have one section of road that is severely corrugated, so the reports are coming in, it's severely corrugated, and corrugations will kill suspension. So if you stick with us, when we're changing the new suspension over, we'll be able to go through and explain in graphic detail how we change it, what we're doing to prevent failures, and keep us on the road, on the track. The suspension and just the trailer itself has to be in very, very good order to maintain reliability. We can't take something into the bush that isn't reliable. We did a fair bit of work on the trailer in order to improve the reliability of it and make sure it lasts the distance. All of the original suspension, the rockers, the leaf springs and the axles, and replace it with this. And the idea of this is to be more off-road capable. And to date, it hasn't done a bad job. Yes, it broke. Yes, we know what the weak point is now, but we will be able to resolve the issue. So with the new suspension, we'll get even further. Cheers, guys.
In the meantime, while we waited for the parts to arrive from Victoria, Gary came up with a brilliant idea. Let's hop on the bike and go out to Glenhaven Gorge. He didn't tell me at the start that it was a 330-kilometre return trip. But despite that, we had a great time, beautiful day. We even managed to swim. See you on the next video, where hopefully we'll have some good news. If you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below.